The dream I've never had again. There are some experiences in life that stay with you, not because you completely understand them, but because they change something inside of you. This is one of those stories. It happened during my first year at Bible school in New Mexico. I was young, eager to learn, and completely immersed in ministry training. The school wasn't just classrooms and textbooks. We traveled with instructors, attended meetings in different towns, prayed for people, and saw things that I had never encountered before. If you've never spent much time in New Mexico, it's a unique place. Some people talk about UFOs, others talk about witchcraft, folk healers, and some weird spiritual practices that have been passed down for generations. I don't know how much of that is true. What I do know is that the men who were training me never seemed afraid of confronting darkness. And honestly, I wasn't sure I wanted that part of the job. The deeper I got into ministry training, the more I found myself exposed to situations that challenged everything I thought I knew. During the day, I could handle it. At night was another matter. I lived in a small camper during that season of my life, and some nights it felt like those thin walls weren't nearly thick enough. One morning I woke up from a dream feeling relieved. Not relieved because it was over. Relieved because I had awakened right before I knew that I had to find out what came next. In the dream, I was walking down a sidewalk beside a white picket fence. Ahead of me stood a large white house. Even now, 45 years later, I can still see it. The house sat back from the road with a long concrete walkway leading to a gate in the fence. It had steep roof lines and a wide wraparound porch with large wooden steps that led up to the front door. There was nothing obviously threatening about it, and yet I was terrified. As I reached the gate and pushed it open, I woke up. I remember lying there in bed, thinking that was strange. But I didn't think much more about it. The next night, I dreamed it again. Exactly the same sidewalk, same fence, same house. This time, I opened the gate and walked all the way to the steps leading up to the porch, and then I woke up. Now, I was paying attention. The third night it happened again. Same dream, same path, same destination. Only this time, I climbed the steps, crossed the porch, and opened the front door. Inside was a long hallway. It wasn't dark, but it wasn't bright either. Doors lined both sides of the hallway. At the far end was another door. Underneath that door, I could see light. I knew somehow that I was supposed to go there, and I also knew I didn't want to. Before I reached it, I woke up and was a little panicked. By this point, I decided to talk to one of the instructors. I explained the dream and how it kept returning night after night, each time taking me farther than before. The men discussed it among themselves. No one claimed to know exactly what it meant, but one suggestion kept coming up. Maybe God was teaching me something. Maybe I was being trained. They told me that if the dream came again, I should trust God. And if I encountered something frightening, I should remember that the name of Jesus carries authority. That sounded good while we were talking in daylight, but it sounded much less comforting at 2 o'clock in the morning. That night the dream returned. Again I walked down the sidewalk. Again I opened the gate. Again I crossed the yard. Again I climbed the porch. And again I entered the house. This time I made it farther down the hallway. The closer I got to that final door, the more terrified I became. I remember reaching for the handle. Every part of me resisted. My hand was shaking. My mouth felt dry. I didn't want to know what was behind that door. I began turning the handle, and I woke up, shaking. The next day, I told the instructors what had happened. Their response, well, wasn't exactly what I wanted to hear. They said, "You have to go through the door." I remember thinking, I don't want this kind of ministry. Can't I just be an evangelist? Can't I just preach and encourage people? Why does it have to be this? But the dream wasn't finished with me. The following night, it returned one final time, and from the moment it started, I knew exactly where it was going. I walked the sidewalk, opened the gate, crossed the yard, climbed the steps, entered the house, walked the hallway, and finally stood before the door. I was scared. Not nervous, not uneasy, scared. The kind of fear that makes your mouth dry. The kind that makes you want to turn around and leave. But this time I opened the door. Inside was a large bedroom. There was a bed in the center of the room. Someone or something was lying on it. At first, all I could see was the shape beneath the covers. Then I noticed something near the head of the bed. Hair, long black hair, wild, wiry, dark. And there was a lot of it. And in that moment, I understood why I had been brought there. I wasn't there to observe. I wasn't there to investigate. I was there to confront. I didn't want to. Everything inside me wanted to leave, but I remembered what I had been told. And somehow I found the courage to speak. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. The thing rose instantly, not like someone just sitting up in bed, not like someone standing. It lifted straight upward, as though an invisible board beneath it had raised it into the air. And what I saw was more horrible than anything I had imagined. An evil presence, a demon. I repeated the words, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And then I woke up. That was the end of it. I have never had that dream again. Not once. 45 years have passed and it has never returned. Was God responsible for those dreams? I honestly don't know. I can't prove that he was, and I can't prove that he wasn't. But I can tell you what those dreams accomplished. They changed me. They taught me something that has stayed with me for the rest of my life. God will rarely ask us to make giant leaps of faith. Usually he asks us to take one more step, a gate, a porch, a hallway, a door, and then another step after that. Looking back now, I don't think the lesson was about the house, or the hallway, or even the thing waiting in that room. The lesson was that God was with me every step of the way. And over the years, I have found that to be true again and again. There have been moments when I felt brave, and there have been moments when I wasn't brave at all. Moments when I wanted to run, moments when I wanted someone else to take the assignment. But every time the path led somewhere I didn't want to go, God proved himself faithful, just as he did in that dream. One step at a time, one door at a time, never leaving me to walk it alone. And that may be the real reason I still remember it so vividly all these years later.
I thought I was just getting older, trying to carry another day, building a life, making mistakes, learning the hard and costly way. Some roads left scars I still remember, some prayers seem to disappear, but time has a way of pulling back the curtain until what's hidden becomes clear. The fingerprints were there long before I knew to look. In every road that humbled me, every chapter, every book. I thought I walked those miles alone, just trying to survive. Now I see someone was shaping me long before I realized the fingerprints were there. Back when I was barely 20, I dreamed the same dream every night. One gate, one porch, one hallway, one door, each step a little farther than the night before. I thought I was learning about fear. Now I know I was learning trust. The fingerprints were there them were written without words. I thought I walked those miles alone, wondering if I'd make it through. Now I know someone was walking every step with me. The fingerprints were there. I never asked for harder roads, I never wanted battles to fight. But looking back, I can finally see he never sent me before preparing me. Sometimes preparation looks like ordinary days. Sometimes the strongest foundations are laid without us ever knowing. Maybe you've been wondering where God has been. Maybe you've been searching for something you've forgotten. Take another look at the roads behind you. The prayers, the losses, the people, the closed doors, the unexpected turns. You may discover what I finally did. The fingerprints were there all along. Some lessons take 45 years to understand.